Here's a question that could save your life. The gun on your hip right now. Not on paper, not in a controlled range test. Would it actually fire when you needed it to? Most carriers assume yes because they bought a trusted name or watched a review that told them what they wanted to hear. But reliability data does not care about brand loyalty. It does not care about YouTube reviews. It does not care about what the gun store employee recommended. Today, we are ranking the most popular carry guns from worst to best on one metric only: reliability. The only thing that matters when the moment arrives is that every carrier carries for. Some of these placements are going to make you uncomfortable. All of them are built on documented testing data and real-world failure analysis rather than sponsored relationships. Subscribe before we start. This channel delivers honest content every single week. How the tiers work. F tier. Do not carry these. Documented failures that make them a liability. D tier. Serious baggage you cannot ignore. C tier. Capable but compromised. B tier. Proven workhorses held back by specific mechanical quirks. A tier. Exceptional dependability. Trust your life to these. S tier. The gold standard. They define what working means. One rule. Every placement is based on documented reliability data only. Not trigger quality, not value, not ergonomics. Reliability only. F tier. Do not carry these. Keltec PF9. The PF9 is the thinnest 9mm carry pistol in production at 0.88 inches wide. The reliability record behind that slim profile is the reason it belongs at the bottom. The lightweight slide and recoil spring produce inconsistent cycling across ammunition types. The extractor is a documented weak point with breakage occurring at round counts well below what a carry pistol should withstand. The lightweight that makes it appealing produces sharp recoil that causes limp, wristing-induced malfunctions at rates heavier platforms do not experience. A stress-induced grip failure is still a malfunction. In a defensive scenario, it is an unacceptable one. F-tier verdict: size advantage is real. Reliability record is not acceptable for defensive carry when better options exist at every price point in the size class. Kimber Micro 9 Raptor. Marketed as a premium scaled-down 1911 at $849 to $899. The reliability data does not support the premium positioning. Extremely tight manufacturing tolerances that produce excellent range accuracy make it critically sensitive to carbon fouling and environmental debris. Exactly the conditions daily carry produces. Feed ramp geometry causes nosedive malfunctions with multiple popular defensive hollow point profiles. Factory trigger quality varies significantly between individual guns off the same production run at a price point that should guarantee consistency. F-tier verdict: premium price, insufficient reliability for carry conditions. Tight tolerances that produce range accuracy directly cause carry unreliability. Those two requirements are in fundamental conflict in this design. D tier, serious baggage you cannot ignore. Taurus GX 4XL. The extended grip and magazine combination introduces feeding geometry inconsistencies that do not appear in the standard GX4. Independent testing has shown failure to feed rates with hollow point profiles that exceed acceptable carry tolerances. The extended magazine follower design has been identified as a contributing factor across multiple documented failure analyses. Taurus customer service response has been inconsistent, and replacement parts have not always resolved the underlying geometry problem. D-tier verdict: not a catastrophic failure, but documented feeding issues with defensive ammunition prevent a clean carry recommendation. Ruger LCP Max. The LCP Max earns D-tier through physics rather than manufacturing failure. 380 ACP from a 2.8-inch barrel in a 10.6-ounce pistol produces recoil so sharp that limp, wristing-induced malfunctions are documented at higher rates than any other pistol in the Ruger lineup. Many shooters cannot consistently maintain the required grip firmness under genuine defensive stress and pain response. Ruger's mechanical quality is genuine. The grip requirement is the documented limitation. D-tier verdict: mechanically capable but grip-dependent reliability creates documented failure risk under real defensive stress conditions. C-tier: capable but compromised. Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro. Early production documented feeding inconsistencies with specific hollow point profiles prompted customer service contacts at rates higher than comparable micro-compact platforms. Springfield addressed the feed ramp geometry in later production runs without fully acknowledging the revision history. Current production units run more reliably, but buyers cannot easily identify whether they have an early or current production unit without serial number research. A platform requiring production revision research before carry is a qualified recommendation, not a clean one. C-tier verdict. Current production is genuinely capable. Production revision history creates a qualified recommendation. Know your serial number range before you carry it. Walther PDP Compact. The PDP earns C-tier for a reason that surprises shooters who know its exceptional trigger. The platform is younger than every pistol above it in this ranking, and the long-term reliability track record that higher-tier placement requires is still being established. Current testing data is excellent. The platform does not yet have the multi-decade institutional service record that provides statistical confidence across millions of real-world units. C-tier verdict. Excellent current reliability data. Insufficient track record depth for higher placement. The finest factory striker-fired trigger in production. The platform needs more documented service time. B tier. Proven workhorses. CZ-P10C. Czech military adoption and independent testing have documented the P10C running past 25,000 rounds without parts failure across multiple test samples. Cold hammer forged barrel. Factory trigger at 4.5 pounds with a short tactile reset that outperforms the Glock 19 stock trigger in documented side-by-side testing. The honest limitation is grip abrasion during extended carry against bare skin and warm weather, and an American aftermarket that trails dominant platforms meaningfully. B-tier verdict. 25,000 rounds documented without parts failure. The Czech military proved grip abrasion and thinner American aftermarket are the honest trades for an otherwise exceptional record. Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. 14 years of Shield platform carry data from millions of American carriers is genuinely valuable and earns B tier. The limitation preventing higher placement is the magazine spring tension issue. Loading the final round into the 13-round magazine is a documented fight. Seating a fully loaded magazine with the slide closed produces a first-round failure to chamber on a statistically meaningful percentage of insertions. High round count users have also reported the trigger safety roll pin walking out under sustained recoil. B-tier verdict. 14 years of institutional carry data. Magazine spring tension and roll pin migration are documented issues requiring carrier awareness. Excellent reliability with deliberate management. Mossberg MC2C, the most underrated reliability performer in the compact carry category, and the gun that mainstream reliability discussions ignore entirely. Mossberg has been manufacturing since 1919, and that institutional quality shows. Documented reliable past 3,000 rounds in independent testing. Flat-faced trigger delivering the most consistent pull weights across production units in its price range. 13+1 flush and 16+1 extended. Optics ready slide. Narrow holster aftermarket is the honest limitation. B-tier verdict. Century plus manufacturing quality behind the platform. Most consistent flat-face trigger in its price range. A narrow aftermarket ecosystem is the trade for exceptional reliability at this price point. A tire. Exceptional dependability. Glock 19. Generation 6, 40 years, 48 countries, the most documented compact carry reliability record in history. The Gen 6 flat-faced trigger addresses the most documented Gen 5 complaint. RTF6 grip texture addresses the second. The new optics shim system addresses the documented MOS screw loosening concern. The 34-part minimalist architecture eliminates failure points that more complex designs introduce. The marksman barrel maintains reliability across ammunition types that degrade competing barrels. The honest limitation preventing S-tier is the Gen 6 optics system, needing more field time documentation to confirm zero retention consistency matches direct mount competitors under sustained high round count use. A tier verdict. The most documented compact carry reliability record in production. Gen 6 addressed every documented Gen 5 weakness. The optics system needs more field documentation to close the S-tier gap. Beretta APXA-2 carry. 5 centuries of Beretta manufacturing behind every component. Italian military adopted. Multiple European police agencies adopted. Over 35,000 rounds mean between stoppages and institutional testing. Cold hammer forged barrel. The modular chassis allows the fire control unit to be inspected and cleaned independently of the frame and slide, a maintenance advantage no comparable platform in this size class offers. 13+1 capacity in a 1.07-inch wide package with a trigger that outperforms the Glock 26 stock unit in documented testing. A tier verdict? 5 centuries of institutional manufacturing. 35,000 plus rounds mean between stoppages. Modular chassis maintenance advantage is genuine and unique in this size class. HKVP-9SK. 2 years of documented torture testing before release. Published data independently verified. Polygonal rifled barrels maintain accuracy past 40,000 rounds, where traditionally rifled barrels lose consistency. German Federal Police institutional adoption with tracked malfunction reporting. Independent long-term testing, documenting 40,000 rounds with standard maintenance only. The finest European factory striker-fired trigger in a carry-sized platform. Premium pricing at $799 and thinner American aftermarket are the honest limitations. Neither is a reliability concern. A tier verdict, 2 years pre-release documented torture testing. German Federal Police adopted. 40,000 rounds documented without parts replacement. Premium price and thinner aftermarket are the trade's not reliability concerns. S tier, the gold standard, Sig Sauer P365 XL. The P365 platform underwent extensive internal reliability testing before launch, with documented pre-production fixes applied before any unit reached a consumer. Since the production engineering overhaul, the platform reliability record across documented rental range units has been essentially spotless. Independent rental range units have been documented surpassing 50,000 rounds before requiring anything beyond routine maintenance. The XL configuration delivers the finest balance in the P365 family. Slightly longer grip and slide producing measurably flatter shooting while remaining genuinely concealable. X-ray 3-day and night sights standard. Direct optics mounting. Deepest micro-compact aftermarket in production. 12+1 flush. 15+1 extended. Just over 1 inch wide. The platform that permanently changed what the carry market expected from a small pistol earned that position through reliability first. Everything else followed. S-tier verdict. 50,000 rounds documented in rental range units. Production-corrected reliability record essentially spotless since engineering overhaul. The micro-compact that changed the carry market earned that position through documented reliability above everything else. Smith & Wesson M and P9M 2.0 compact. More American law enforcement agencies have adopted the M and P platform than any other compact striker-fired pistol in American production history. That adoption is built on institutional qualification testing, where malfunction rates are documented and reported because officers' lives depend on accuracy. Documented malfunction rates below 0.05% across hundreds of thousands of qualification rounds. That number is not marketing. It is procurement data from agencies that cannot afford to be wrong. Stainless steel chassis inside the polymer frame, providing structural feeding and extraction consistency across every ammunition type. Refined M 2.0 trigger with consistent pull weights, validated across institutional procurement testing. 15+1 capacity. Optics ready without adapter plates. At $499 to $549, it undercuts the Glock 19 MOS at comparable feature levels while carrying the most extensive American law enforcement adoption record of any compact striker-fired pistol in production. S-tier verdict? More American law enforcement adoptions than any other compact striker-fired pistol. Sub 0.05% documented malfunction rate in institutional qualification testing. The platform agencies chose when they could not afford to be wrong. That is what S-tier looks like. Final tier. Summary. F-tier. Kel-Tec. PF9. Kimber Micro 9 Raptor. D-tier. Taurus G. X4. XL. Ruger. LCP Max. C-tier. Springfield Armory. Hellcat Pro. Walther PDP Compact. B-tier. CZ P10C Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. Mossberg MC2C. A tier. Glock 19 Gen 6. Beretta APX A2. Carry HKV P9. SK. S-tier, Sig Sauer, P365, XL Smith & Wesson, M and P9. M 2.0 compact. The guns at the top of this list can be trusted to save your life. The ones at the bottom carry documented failure risks no defensive carrier should accept. The most important thing beyond any tier placement is this. The best carry gun is the one from B tier, and above that fits your hand, fits your carry position, and that you will actually put on every single morning without leaving it at home. A perfectly reliable gun sitting in your safe is not a defensive tool. Drop your carry gun in the comments and tell us which tier you think it belongs in and why. That conversation is more valuable than anything on this channel. If this ranking gave you something honest that sponsored content, never has hit the like button and subscribe. New honest rankings drop every single week. As always, thank you for watching and for being a responsible gun owner.